All right, and here we go. Mr. Deadman Live. You know, other streamers, they have like some sort of a pre-roll, I guess, to warm up. Me, I just jump right into it, I guess. Anyway, got a lot of topics to talk about tonight. I was so close to putting on something Vic Mignogna related. I was like, you know what? Take a break from that. Take a break from that for a change. Just for a change. Okay. I don't want to milk everything out of it, you know? Anyway, we got to talk about the Odessa shooter. We got to talk about what? Deep fakes. What? Exploiting, I guess, causing a CEO to lose a lot of money. We got to talk about a nurse playing with vaginas. Doing a whole ventriloquist act with a vagina. With a patient's vagina, I should say. Let's see, what else we got here? We got YouTube related stuff. We got what, the CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, whatever her last name is, saying that YouTube is a place for everyone, that it's more important than ever to let people upload anything they want. While at the same time, YouTube has removed a lot of channels. Quite a bit. But I bet you they still have pedophilia on there. At least, we'll do some searching. Okay? Let's see. What to talk about? There's so much stuff. I'll just get right into this. Start with the Odessa shooter. Okay? And since I'm talking about something heavy, I do this. Look, man, I'm not gonna get into the debate about guns. Okay, that's what happens, right? There's a shooting. It's the same thing that comes up. Three things: gun control, mental illness, and then something racial. Something racial. Oh, is it race related? None of those talking points apply to this story. None of them. I mean, no. The guy is a sovereign citizen type guy. The guy lived off the grid. He had like a misdemeanor, I believe, which doesn't prevent you from getting a gun. Okay. I know the news is out there saying that he failed a background check, but if so, then how did he get it? Okay. But we're talking about a sovereign citizen type. The type of person, and let me show you this. First, I guess, let me take this shot, okay? This is for all them in Odessa, okay? That's all I can do. At least I can do. Let's get started. All right. So when the news broke out about this, it was like, what, Saturday night when it was active, when it was going on? So it's kind of old news now. But what we know, what it's like 8 dead, 22 wounded. Is it right? I believe that's the count. That's the count. But the plot thickens. It turns out that this guy, that the shooter, had called the police, had called authorities, the FBI, even before he did all this. So it makes you wonder, like, why nothing happened, right? Why they couldn't prevent it or stop it. It sounds like it happened pretty fast, honestly. And maybe there's some red flags that we're going to read about, where maybe the authorities could have come in. Maybe they could have come in with one of those red flag laws and intervened. Maybe. Now, I'm all about the Second Amendment, but I think a red flag law, I think that stuff is fair. I mean, what else can you do? What else can you do? right? I say it's fair, but I'm also kind of about it too at the same time. But something like that could have prevented this. First, let's get to know this guy real fast. Let's get a visual on this guy. This is the guy right here. This is the man. This piece of shit. Sounds like Parkwood at the place in Florida. Yeah. It really does. Oh, let me turn this down. Oh man, the music was loud. Didn't realize how loud it was. Okay. That's the guy. What's his name? Seth Aaron. Seth Aaron. Two first names? Really? His name is Seth Aaron? Oh my god, that's horrible. That's how you know he's gonna be like a killer. Seth Aaron. I know it's not funny. Quite a bit of people died. Some were wounded. Here's another pic. Kind of, but this stat, it's wait. Well, oh, so that report had it wrong. It's Seth Adder. Why did it say Aaron? Must have been a misspelling. You know what? You can't even blame me. Can't even blame me. Okay? The news gets reported so fast that no one has the right stuff. In fact, that's something I want to talk about this. When the news broke out, they first said there was 2 shooters. They said there was 2 shooters they're looking for. And the news broke out that they arrested someone, but someone else was shot. And it was like, okay, well, the person that they arrested was the passenger in the car. But at this point, I don't even know if that's really true. Because it could have been, but this guy, this Seth guy, started his carnage, his open fire, twisted metal. That maybe someone else was shooting at him, and maybe that person, got arrested too. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the report now. Seth Aaron Adder. My bad. My bad. So his last name isn't a first name. Okay, that one is on me. My bad. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this report, because it looks like the authorities had already known kind of about this a little bit. So, Odessa Police Chief Michael Girk said 36-year-old Seth Aaron Adder had been fired Saturday from Journey Oilfield Services. He said both Adder and the company called 911 after the firing, but that Adder was gone by the time police showed up. FBI Special Agent Christopher Combs said Adder's statement on the phone was rambling. Authorities said Adder killed 7 people, injured at least 22 others Saturday before officers killed him outside a busy movie theater in Odessa. And I watched videos of that. It's crazy. It says 2 shooters first from Vegas to this. Yeah, that's right. They always get it weird, huh? They always get it wrong. In the wrong reporting, the inaccurate reporting, kind of feeds conspiracies, right? Like even with the Vegas shooting, was it 2 people or was it 1 person? That hotel room had a lot of guns in it, had a lot of artillery, a lot of arsenal, right? It makes you wonder. But the conspiracy theorists might want to pump the brakes real fast and take in what CNN and all the mainstream media say as gospel, because they're churning out information as fast as possible. It may not be accurate. Though with the Vegas shooter, they do suspect that there was a second shooter, right? But just like in a different building. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I haven't really looked into that. All right. Continue on this article. Combs said Adder was on a long spiral down before the shooting. He went to work that day in trouble. Now, keep in mind, this is Combs. Combs is the FBI special agent. So this special agent must have known Adder for a while. Must have been looking at him, watching him. Because how would he know this? So this FBI agent is saying Adder was on a long spiral down before the shooting. So how much time are we talking about? A day? A couple days? A week? Like what's the time span here before the shooting? And he went to work that day in trouble. This did not happen because he was fired. He showed up to work in rage, Combs said of the suspect shooter. Combs said the police where Adder lived was a strange residence. Does it say police? What place? And let me show you this place. Okay. This looks like something out of Fortnite. It really does. Look at this. Look at this house. Look at that shithole. That is where the shooter lived. That's where he lived. Right there. When I first saw it, I was cracking up. I mean, it's funny, right? I mean, this is where he lived. This is it. He was one of those sovereign citizen types. He lived off the grid. He didn't even have electricity going to his house. I don't think he had running water. You're right, Chris. They never intervene before they go off, which is a damn fucking shame. Because if they did, maybe they can prevent it. And, I guess right now the trouble is, how can they prevent it? Because of the Second Amendment. But, even Trump is kind of pushing those red flag laws, which some gun Second Amendment, I guess, what do I want to say? I mean, the ones that don't want to give any sort of middle ground, I guess not extremists, but the purists, if you will, the Second Amendment purists, I guess. That's a bad way to put it. They don't want to give any ground. But it's like, I mean, you could have taken this guy's guns. Maybe. I mean, this already looks like a bad sign. Maybe this should be part of a background check. Where do you live? Let's see a picture of your home. Do you have running electricity in your house? If no, okay, no. The vehicle you're driving, does it look like it has the window shot out of it? Do you have a little watchtower? Look at that. He has a watchtower next to his shitty home. And that watchtower is going to play a role. Ready? All right, so Combs, the FBI agent, said that the place where Adder lived was a strange residence, that the condition reflected what his mental state was going into this. He didn't elaborate. Online court records show Adder was arrested in 2001 for a misdemeanor offense that would not have prevented him from legally purchasing firearms in Texas. So keep that in mind. The media is out there saying that he purchased his gun illegally. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because that misdemeanor would not prevent him in Texas from getting a gun. Okay? Let's see. It goes on. Texas Governor Greg Abbott tweeted Monday that we must keep guns out of criminal hands. Okay. Well, all right. Words similar to this remarks that followed others' mass shooting in El Paso August 3rd, when he said firearms must be kept out of deranged killers. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's work on that. It looks like the Epstein's temple, kind of. But much cheaper. It has the shitty paint job of it. What is that? What is that in the corner? The white, green, and purple. What are those colors for? Is that significant? What does that mean? Is that like what is that? Is that like a sovereign citizen flag? I don't think they would have purple in their flag. Is he part of the Joker militia? I don't know what that is. Let's see. Texas Governor Greg Abbott also tweeted that Adder failed a previously gun background check, and he didn't go through one for the weapon he used in Odessa. Okay, did he? I mean, I guess so. But he didn't go through a background check for the weapon he had in Odessa. Okay, so what? Did he just purchase it off of someone? Because you can do that if you have the money for it. He did not elaborate, and a spokesman referred questions to the Texas Department of Public Safety. So here's another thing. Like I said, I'm not going to get into the whole gun debate thing, guys. let's say he did purchase a gun illegally. Okay. Well, how are you going to stop that? Right? No law in the book is going to stop that. There's already laws on the book to address that. Right? The only thing that could stop that is if a cop was there on the scene to apprehend, right? But there's not. Okay. There's two ways you could stop illegal purchase and sales of firearms. In a magical world where no firearms exist, or there's a police everywhere, a cop everywhere to intervene. Both those worlds are impossible. Well, actually, one is impossible. The second one is probably plausible if you have like drones flying everywhere, but I don't want to live in that society. Can you imagine? Let's see. Authorities said authorities said those killed were between 15 to 57 years old. Okay. But then I immediately provided a list of names. Now, what's interesting is that, like I said, he already had contact with the FBI, but they didn't intervene. That is interesting, right? Where they're trying to build a case, trying to see if he goes off. They already know he's going to go off. This stuff happens all the time, right? All right. Let's see. The attack began Saturday afternoon when Texas state troopers tried pulling over a gold car in Interstate 20. So wait. The car in that photo, that's not gold. Whose car is that? Does he have multiple cars? He probably doesn't even own a car. He probably just, like, hot wires them and shit. Anyway, Texas state trooper tried pulling over a gold car on Interstate 20 for failing to signal a left turn. Before the vehicle came to a complete stop, the driver pointed a rifle toward the rear window of his car and fired several shots toward the patrol car, stopping him. I think the gunshot struck a trooper, and I think he died. Did he die? After which the gunman fled, and that's when he started shooting everybody. That's when he started going on this crazy rampage, man. Target practice car. It might be. It looks like it was shot up, doesn't it? Look at this car. Like, I can't zoom in. I don't see bullet holes on the car, but I do see like the windows look like they're kind of messed up. So this was one of those rampage motherfuckers that he was enraged, he was pissed off, his mental state is not there, completely gone. Probably going to happen if you're living off the grid for that long without AC. Sweating, sitting and residing in ball soup in that, what is that? That sheet metal fort he has there. Come on, man. Doing God knows what for plumbing. Shitting in like coffee cans and stuff. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's digging holes, shit in that. Yeah. Messed up. And you think about all those lives that were just taken out like that randomly because someone is deranged like this. Some deranged lunatic is like, fuck the police. He gets pulled over. He shoots the cop. I guess he's like, my life is fucking over. He's going to go over there and shoot everybody. No, he did not kill himself. The police shot him. Because when you go around shooting people from your car, the police are going to go shooting at you like it's crazy. No, he did not shoot himself. He was shot. He was killed outside the movie theater. But yeah, there's videos of like trucks all around the freeway shot out and stuff. Now, there's a report though that this mass shooter has some history. I mean, recent history. A neighbor of the Odessa, Texas mass shooter says she reported him to the police last month after he threatened her with a rifle for leaving trash near his property. He has beautiful, pristine property. But cops couldn't find his house on account of it having no GPS address or electricity. Oh, come on, man. You serious? Oh, if it's the fuck, just, are you serious? Talk to the neighbor. Whose house is it? That house over there. Okay. Oh, well, we looked it up on GPS. There's no address for it, so we can't do anything. What are you talking about? That's shitty police work right there. They didn't even do their fucking job. So they get a report from a neighbor saying that their neighbor just threatened them with a rifle. And they're saying, oh, we can't do anything. We can't take the case. Ah, come on. I gotta see this report. There's a hyperlink here. I want to read this shit. I want to read this fucking shit. Put this one on the screen. I can't believe that. That's garbage. That's complete fucking garbage. This doofus, this dumbass. You couldn't find him. You found a picture of him, but you couldn't find him. What do you mean? What do you mean you couldn't take care of this case? Happened on the week of the Joker premiere. Oh, the Joker did premiere, huh? I have not seen it. Is it any good? I haven't even heard about it. Wait, conspiracy. Wait, happened on the week of the premiere of the Joker? And then on his property, he had the Joker colors on his watchtower. Oh, man. Maybe he was trying. Maybe. I wonder if they find his note in his house underneath all. I mean, he's probably a hoarder, right? After all the shit he collected, a note that says, "Why so serious?" Or I haven't seen the new movie. I don't know what he says there. Or put a smile on your face. Anyway, the story. The assault rifle toting madman who killed 7 people and wounded more than 20 others in a roving Texas spree was identified Sunday as Seth Adder. Adder, a 36-year-old resident of Odessa, Texas, was first named as the assailant, blah, 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 when his gold Toyota pickup truck was pulled over for a minor signal infraction along a stretch of I-20 near Midland, Texas on Saturday. Adder blasted approaching Texas troopers, seriously wounding one. He then peeled off, firing indiscriminately with his AR-style rifle out of the truck as he floored it towards Odessa. Along the way, he killed a USPS worker. Well, I saw that one. That was pretty bad. And hijacked her mail truck and continued the spree. Man, this guy must have been on meth. He made his last stand on the parking lot of an Odessa movie theater where he was killed in a shootout with cops. But nowhere in this does it say he... What? This was the link I clicked on. What? Okay. I thought it was going to say something about how his neighbor filed a report. Never mind. I guess we don't have that one. But anyway, according to the New York Post, a Texas mass shooter threatened neighbor. And this, so the police couldn't do anything about it, right? The neighbor calls, says it was threatened, but the cops couldn't do anything about it. The woman told CNN that Seth Adder, 36, would often sit on top of his home and shoot animals at night, which he would then retrieve afterwards. So I guess for food, for sustenance. He would be eating rodents, coyotes, or whatever is coming his way. He said cops tried to confront Adder following her report to them last month, but his property didn't show up on GPS and was difficult to find. Who believes that? I think the police saw this place. They saw this building and were like, no, we're not fucking with that. No, we don't want to get shot today. No, we know this is going to go bad. What the hell is this about? Right now, I'm talking about the Odessa shooter. The Odessa shooting. That's what I'm talking about now. Oh, man, oh, man. I know, like, what do the cops do pre-GPS? This is crazy. I can't believe the guy actually lived in this shithole, but he did. He did. And he hunted rodents, apparently, from on top of it. Adder would often sleep inside the Toyota Camry, which is that's not even a Toyota Camry, is it? What is that? Is that? Huh. So I'm guessing he was sleeping inside in that vehicle right there. Huh, that's interesting. With the heat on, while the weather would get too cold, the woman said. Man, still, okay, what I'm getting here, if the police did their effing job, did their goddamn fucking job, they could have intervened sooner. And maybe this sovereign citizen type could have went off the chain earlier, and they could have put him down. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That really is. Oh, man. Now, in other news, let's see. What else? Oh, we got a bunch of shit to talk about. I think what we can talk about right now, the next thing, is Fraudster's Deepfake CEO's voice to trick manager into transferring over $200,000. If you don't know what a deepfake is, it's pretty much what posing as someone, you know, taking someone's face on someone else's face, or manipulating someone's voice. That's what we have. So let me pull this up real fast. How you guys doing in the chat? You doing all right? This deepfake stuff is pretty interesting. Like, my thoughts on it, like when it comes to porn, okay with that. Like, I have no problem with that. You know? But this stuff is scary. But kind of funny at the same time. Let's see. It's already getting tough to discern real text from fake. Genuine video from deepfake. Right now it appears that the use of fake voice tech is on the rise too. So according to this Wall Street Journal article, people are using fraud voices to mess with CEOs, mess with companies to get money out. And this one company lost over $243,000. I mean, that must be some gullible motherfucker, right? Let's see. Deepfakes will lead to the end of free speech. It probably will, man. It will. That's what's going to do it. That's what's going to do it. I think Jordan Peterson has a take on this. Let's see. Let's see here.
I cannot think or comprehend of anything more cucked than having a daughter.
This is Jordan.
Honestly,
is this Jordan
think
Peterson?
About it rationally. You are feeding, clothing, and raising and rearing a girl for at least 18 years solely so she can go and get ravaged by another man.
That's Jordan Peterson right there. Or is that a deep fake?
All the hard work you put into your beautiful little girl, reading her stories at bedtime, making her go to sports practice, making sure she had a healthy diet, educating her, playing with her. All of it is one simple result. Her body is more enjoyable for the men that will eventually fuck her in every hole. Raise the perfect girl.
Oh man. I mean, is that his next self-help book? I mean, that's some pretty crazy shit. How to raise your daughter? Oh man. But that's a deep fake. That's a good example of a deep fucking fake right there. He did. Oh man. Anyway, in March, criminals sought the help of commercially available voice-generating AI software to impersonate the boss of a German parent company that owns a UK-based energy firm. Great. They then tricked the latter's chief executive into urgently wiring said funds to a Hungarian supplier in an hour. Why? With guarantees that the transfer would be reimbursed immediately. So they call this motherfucker. He tricked the CFO. Or the latter CFO. Amazing. Like, hey, can you wire me some money so I can send it to this Hungarian supplier? These, you can't just do it over the phone now. You got to track that phone number too. Like, did they not see the phone? Like, how did they receive this information? Did they call him up over the phone? Like, how did they get it? Track the phone number. Did they just use his phone number too? I don't there's something that happened here. Really, I mean, I know deepfakes sound real, but what we just heard with the Jordan Peterson, even that one sounded robotic, right? You could tell. There's a robotic sense to it. What are your thoughts on Stephanie Nadell saying that Chris Sabat is bullying her out of Funimation? Oh, I believe that. I believe that. Well, what we know about Chris Sabat, yeah. That one kind of goes along with what Chuck Huber talked about, right? So it kind of makes sense. Now, if I want to... I mean, if there were some wiggle room behind it, maybe I'd have more doubt. But, no. I believe it. Listen and believe, right? I mean, wait, didn't she have evidence? I didn't see everything. Didn't she have text evidence of a text exchange between her and Chris Sabat? I thought she did. I remember watching some other videos. That's the only reason why I'm not really covering it here. Because I watch everyone else. They already covered it. So I'm like, everyone got that. Everyone got that. The other night when I was talking about the Tybeard's response, man, I did that live stream like at midnight because I want to take care of it before as much as I can, as soon as I can, before everyone else. I got in there. Didn't matter though. It was fun. It was fun. Anyway, I got here. Deepfakes, man. Deepfakes. That's embarrassing. Can you imagine being faked by a robotic voice that sounds like your I guess what your former CFO or your current CEO or whatever, someone that you know? Man, messed up. Mr. Deadman. I hope she got to Ty Beard and tell her side of the story. That'd be great. That'd be great. You know what? I'm willing to believe she did. It'd be interesting. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like Vic Mignogna has that case in the bag, but of course, you know, court is funny. Court is funny. My interaction with court, when I'm in the courthouse or courtroom, is because I'm trying to get an order to do something, either make a family member work a certain service they're refusing to do, maybe it's to find placement for a child, or maybe it's because the kids are in an unsafe home. They don't have to get a court order to remove. But I'm there for that. And even in those situations, I can have evidence. I'll be like, you know, the mom's using meth. The mom's using meth, and the child is like, you know, they're exposed. But maybe some circumstances change. Maybe the mom has a good excuse. And next thing they know, the child is returned. Okay. The child is returned and the mom is ordered to work services at an inpatient facility. Okay. Good luck on that. You know, scammers will pose as the IRS next. Oh, they will. I will hang up. And man, that's Chris, dude. That's going to have a major impact on free speech, like you said earlier. Like, that will be it. Like, this deepfake stuff, they're going to cut that shit out real fast. They're going to make this shit illegal. They are. All it's going to take is videos of politicians raping kids or raping dogs. IRS scamming people. I mean, they already do. But people posing as the IRS scamming people. Yeah. That's it. Then that Constitution will burn up real fast. The same thing about with gun rights. See, gun rights. You know, the reason why we have that Second Amendment here in America is because Think about it. Think about it. All these lone gunmen, right? They inflict a lot of damage. They inflict a lot of damage. Imagine if it was unified and ordered against like a political group or political people, you know, political targets, a rebellion, if you will. Imagine how damaging that could be. That's why it's there. And people joke, well, the military has better stuff. Of course they do. Of course they do. But when that shit hits the fans at that level, the military, the people in there, they're Americans too. They're gonna have to make a decision, right? Where they side with, and it would create a huge ripple. That's why we have that. But I guarantee you, the moment it's ever used again, and if the government was to stomp down on that flame, on that fire, on that rebellion, they will burn the Constitution. They will burn it. They will burn it. I mean, that's why it's there. Yep, the citizens were supposed to be the standing army. You're right. But that was, of course, before. That was back in a different time when they thought you had to fear the government. It's more just our government. It's other governments. After world wars, you know, it's a totally different era now. Man. This deepfake thing it's fun right now. But it's gonna get it's it. The deepfakes, and if there's ever an armed uprising, that's it. The deepfakes is what's going to kill the First Amendment. Any sort of act of rebellion armed rebellion is what's going to kill the Second Amendment. And you know what? It could be with not to point fingers at any sort of political group or anything. It could happen on the right, or it could also happen on the left. If these Antifa motherfuckers ever figure out how to use a gun and they actually start doing that shit, I mean properly, because they seem to be horrible at it, then that's it too. I mean, you're going to see the government crack down on that as well. If they start targeting certain people. Man, goddamn. This stream is walking a line right now. You know that, what I'm talking about? I can pull this back. Shit. Man. Let's shift to something fun. If a president or senator gets killed by deepfake, it's over. Oh yeah, I guarantee you 100%. That's exactly what it'll take. Exactly what it'll take. Exactly. All right. So apparently a nurse used a patient's vagina as a ventriloquist dummy to amuse colleagues. Now this is something. Oh my God. This story. Now, I don't know if the nurse looked like this. The nurse might have looked like this. I don't know. I can't guarantee that. I don't know. Not sure. Or it might have been a dude. Not 100% sure. But the nurse used a patient's vagina as a ventriloquist dummy and pretended to make it talk in front of horrified colleagues. A tribunal heard. A tribunal? Tribunal? What? What is it? Canada? Where does this take place at? In the UK? Damn. William Kennedy. I mean, this shit happened in the States. That nurse would have been fired, right? William Kennedy pulled a patient's labia apart. So it sounds like it's a dude. William Kennedy. Unless William Kennedy identifies as a woman. And maybe that's why they're not fired. Maybe identifies as a woman now. Pulled the patient's labia apart and said, "Hello, my name is patient A." So, okay, he's just doing a routine. Right? Oh, man. Just a vagina monologue here, you know? Just a little bit of that. That's all. Nothing to see here. As he examined the vulnerable care home resident. But Kennedy said the social awkward situation had been blown out of proportion and said he had forgotten to take his medication. The nurse even blamed witnesses for what had happened. Because that's what's going to happen here. Is that a good excuse? Can you blame the witnesses? It's not my fault, guys. It's not my fault. They were just watching me, you know? I had to put on a show. I didn't know what to do. So I made the vagina talk. I was like, have you ever seen this routine before? Oh, man. I mean, how do you explain this? How do you explain this? And surprisingly, the person's not fired. Not even. They still work at the facility. They still work at the freaking facility. They had a hearing and everything. The people witnessed this. This dude, this Kennedy motherfucker, playing with some patients in Libya. And I think the patient's at a vulnerable care home? So the patient's alive, not even in a coma. Not like it would make things better. How did... What? Explain. What the fuck here, man? Well, she's woke, that's why. Yeah. Yeah. Must be. Must be. Maybe she was trying to compete with Dave Chappelle. Maybe that's what it is. People are complaining about that Dave Chappelle, you know, Dave Chappelle's new stand-up special on Netflix being too edgy. Well, wait until they get a load of this. Vagina Monologues Part 2. Yeah, you haven't seen this one. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Let's see, they had a hearing. In the hearing, they were told that the current employer are aware of the conviction. He had a conviction? This person had a conviction. What? Kennedy was convicted of ill-treating a patient who lacked capacity in Gwent Magistrates Court in February 20th last year. He was already convicted. What are they doing over there? Okay, wait a second. I gotta verify something. Is this fake news? What the fuck here? This has to be fake, right? This can't be real. No, it's real. This is legit shit. This actually happened. What? Okay, this person has like the dark side Phil type of luck. I mean, where he can masturbate on stream and still have a Twitch channel and all that. This person had already been convicted last year of ill-treating a patient who lacked capacity. Okay. And so he does it again. He is playing around with some patient's vagina, making it talk. Maybe they thought it was funny. Maybe the patient was like, I'm cool with it. They say they're going to keep him on board. Kennedy will have to remain under direct supervision at all times when working, and will have to report to a line manager once a month to discuss his professionalism. Okay. Wow. This person... he has to be friends with someone in upper management, right? That's probably what's going on here. He's friends with someone with upper management. He's like a drinking buddy with someone, right? It's like the wrong people get this sort of luck. This motherfucker has the luck that someone like Vic Mignogna should have had. That sounds even bad, right? Because Vic Mignogna did nothing wrong. All he did was that he was conservative, voted for Trump, and he liked Jesus. But he just so happened he worked for a company that hates Jesus, hates Trump, hates conservatives, and hates fans. And he hates Dragon Ball Z. That Funimation wanted to turn Dragon Ball Z into a bunch of butt-fucking orgy. Wow. This Kennedy motherfucker, other hand, is playing ventriloquist acts on people's vaginas, on, I guess, what, patients' vaginas, special care vaginas. What is he, like JF? What's going on here? And yet he still works there. And they try to do the singing drinking glass bit, 3 strikes. Right? Right? Oh, man. Tell me the patient age at least. I wish I could tell you. I don't see it. It says that 18 months. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Kennedy will be... these restrictions will be on Kennedy for the 18 months. Not 18 months patient. I'm sorry, I read the wrong number. It looks like it's like some care facility over there in the UK. I don't know. It doesn't say the patient's age. I wish it did. I'm curious. I hope it's an adult. It just says vulnerable care home. Hey, what's going on, Infra fan? You doing all right, man? Yeah. Man, this stuff is crazy. But we got more. We got more stuff. Got more stuff. Oh. Because we can't be on YouTube without talking about YouTube, right? And this is what I wanted to open up with, but I wanted to take care of the not fun part first, the Odessa shooting. But YouTube CEO right now is saying that this is the time. This is the time where it's more important than ever to let people upload anything they want. That means the video platform is okay with content that is outside mainstream and controversial and even offensive, as long as it's not too offensive. This is what she's saying. This is what she's saying. It's like doublespeak, you know. She says one thing, but it does something else. They play games because they're not being very truthful. So you have the YouTube CEO, Susan Wojcicki, whatever her last name is, going around all these interviews talking about the platform, right? And she goes on saying that, she says, I believe preserving an open platform is more important than ever. Okay, she put that in one of her quarterly notes aimed at YouTube's most ardent users. I think I've seen something like that in my creator studio. I see all sorts of notes from her. I ignore them because I'm like, okay, not like it matters, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. So this comes from, the question is, can the world's largest company continue to let its 2 billion users upload anything they want, whenever they want? And of course, Susan's saying yes. She says yes to that. Upload whatever. Upload. As long as it's not this hate speech, which, by the way, their hateful policy is, there's a lot of stuff that gets put into that doesn't even qualify. There's a lot of channels that have been removed and deleted that don't even qualify for that stuff. And when I say removed, I mean like no strikes, it just instantly gone. Like Monkey Jones, for instance, if you don't know who he is, Monkey Jones was a YouTuber. It had a pretty popular series or a set of videos where he made fun of Elliot Rodger. Elliot Rodger was the shooter at Santa Barbara before he shot himself. And what Monkey Jones did is he got a hold of his manifesto and did a series making fun of it. There's satire, which satire is dead now. So I guess some people watched it and took it as real. and just instantly deleted the channel. Instantly. Okay. Okay. That's messed up, man. All right. Let's see. Let me get to a good part here. As the CEO of YouTube and other Google executives have previously argued, Wojcicki says, YouTube is okay with the idea that some people will be upset with some things they find on YouTube. Are they, though? Are they really? Which could include content that is outside the mainstream and controversial and even offensive. Yeah, I doubt that. I don't think that's true, right? Because it showed it not to be true. So what is it here? What are they talking about? Is it more of this doublespeak? I mean, that's what it seems like to me. But she draws the line between the stuff, that stuff, and the stuff that YouTube says really shouldn't be on the site, which she argues is both rare and damaging. Problematic content represents a fraction of 1% of the content on YouTube, and we're constantly working to reduce this even further. This very small amount is a hugely outsized impact, both in the potential harm for our users, as well as the loss of faith in the open model that has enabled the rise of our creative community. Man, right now, let me tell you, YouTube sucks right now. When it comes to like anyone who wants to become a YouTuber or create content on here, man, with the aim to make money, to make it a career or something, to replace your day job, good fucking luck, dude. Like, if you go to, you just focus on cat videos, do cat videos, do vlogging from a van, do story time hour, but don't ever cuss. Don't even censor cussing. See, here's the thing. Here's what some people I don't think understand. Even censoring cussing now is a problem. Just read the community guidelines now. Even censoring your cuss words with like one of those like animal sounds or some people do, that is bad. You can't even do that. You can't cover news. You can't cover politics unless you're CNN. You know, if you're CNN, you can do that. And video games. Video games are being messed up too. Like, video games are being hit. Because if the video game is too bloody, like if it's Mortal Kombat 11 or Call of Duty and there's a lot of blood on the screen, it gets hit. You can't even do story time because spooky kids stories get flagged for horror. You're right. You're right, Infrafan. I may or may not be trying to start a Dead Man's Home Jr. channel and kind of, you know, having a slow time doing it. But yeah, because I don't think kid horror stuff is gonna make it on the YouTube Kids app because it's too scary. I might have to really tone it down, not even have it horror. Hey kids, let's look at cats. Let's look at cat videos. Oh man, it's sad. Problematic content. And yet, more than 17,000 YouTube channels have been removed. Over 500 million comments have been removed since the new hateful content policy. By the way, let me see if I take a look at the policies, the new policies. I think I'm gonna have them right here. Oh, this is the Verge article. I don't want to read the Verge article. I want to read the new policies. Let's see. Where are you? So the other thing that kind of messes up about that, is that you can't even have, like in your comment section, you can't even have naughty comments. Oh, I covered this before on a video I did. You can't even criticize other YouTubers, removing more hateful and supremacist content from YouTube. And what they mean by supremacist content, they mean this. Today, this I'm reading from the YouTube blog. I'll share this on the screen here. But this is kind of old news, but I think people know about it. But it's not really old because it's still going on, right? Anyway. Today, we're taking another step in our hate speech policy by specifically prohibiting videos alleging that a group is superior in order to justify discrimination. So, what do you mean? So, if you say, if one group says they're superior in order to justify discrimination, so any group at all, any group. I don't know what that even means. It's so vague. I actually don't understand what that really means, because you don't mean white supremacists. What do you mean, like comic book supremacists? Could they try to lump like Comicsgate into that? Could they try to lump I Stand With Vic into that? Because I Stand With Vic is a group that says they're superior over to kick Vic. Is that what they mean? I honestly don't get it. Because it doesn't mean anything, right? It can mean anything. It's so vague, right? Segregation or exclusion based on qualities like age, gender, race, caste, religion, sexual orientation, or veteran status. Notice how they don't say political. They don't say political affiliation. They don't say that. Who'd you vote for? Huh? I didn't vote for anybody. I took myself out of the equation. Look at that. You're also banned or also limited. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Man. I want to be part of this blue tie, red tie thing. I want to start my own tie. This would include, for example, videos that promote or glorify Nazi ideology. Okay. Who's glorifying Nazi art? Okay, what's funny about this is that there were channels where they cover World War II history, like Nazi history, not to glorify it, but to cover it, like a historical channel would. And those channels get hit. They've already been hit. Those channels have been removed, or they've been limited. Explain that. Explain that. Like, I thought I was going to run into trouble promoting what Monsters versus Nazis. And when I published that book, I thought that was going to give me some trouble. Because, you know, there's some swastikas in there. So I kind of rode that line a little bit. That didn't get me in trouble on YouTube, but they got me in trouble on Teespring when I tried to make a shirt with using that cover. That cover looks pretty wicked, by the way. I would show it. You know what? I guess I could show it. I know I don't have it ready to show. Damn. Yeah, I do. Oh, that's Mr. Deadman made me do it. Let me show this one. Man, where are you? Where are you? Oh, here we go. This one. This one right here. Sweet cover. But you know, you have like the SS, you have a little swastika right there. You have one kind of off. You know, it's fine. That doesn't need to be censored because those are the symbols that were used. And it tells you exactly what you're getting into. A book about Nazis being devoured by monsters, right? Cool. But you can't even do that. I don't know about on YouTube so much, but definitely on Teespring. But that's a whole other argument, right? That's a whole other thing. Whole other problem. But there's a whole list now, and it's policies of what you can do. I believe, let me pull that up. Because even censoring yourself is like, you can't even censor your language anymore. Like what I mean is you can't like blurp out your cussing because that's bad. It's a mess, man. It's a mess. And there's a lot of channels that are taken out. A lot of channels, right? Let me see. Let me see if we get some more specifics on the channels that are taken out. Let's see. YouTube's team have removed more than 100,000 videos. What? 17,000 channels since the company implemented changes to the hateful content policies in June. Those numbers are approximately 5 times as many of the... But, you know, I bet you they still have pedophilia. Sorry. I don't know if they're really... You know, let's take a dive. Want to take a dive real fast? I don't want to mess with my YouTube search history, but here we go. Let's change this real fast to this one over here. Where are you? Why is that one there? Okay, let's go over here. Okay. Yeah, this is the stuff I watch, huh? Okay, let's go into... Okay, guys. Okay, so YouTube's removing channels and videos, right? For hateful speech and all this stuff. Alright, if we were going to search for... If we were going to search for questionable content, what could we search? Type in. Young. Let's just be specific. Let's just be specific here. Why not? This is weird, man. Young... Girls, I guess. Dude, this is gonna put me on a list. Oh, let's be even more specific. Young girls nude. All right, we get. I guess that's a music right there. The naked and famous. Let's see. All right, now I start getting to girls mud run at silver. Okay. Oh, looks like I guess it's a little bit harder. Last time I did this on the live stream, wasn't so hard. Let's see. This is gonna put me on a fucking list. Jesus Christ. I don't even wanna. I don't even wanna know, dude. I can't. I don't want to go down this list. What this stuff that's coming up? What would happen if teenage girls were left to? Okay, that's okay. I guess well, good job. I guess they did take care of them. Wait, I'm not convinced. Let's see. Let's do. Man, I don't even know, dude. I don't want to be put on some NSA list. Shit, the FBI's could come knock on my door. Fuck, god damn it. No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. Can't. I don't know. Someone else can do that one. I'm sweating. I'm actually sweating over here. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Ooh, man. That is something. That is something. Are any big channels taken down? Yes or no? Yes or no? I mean, there's some political channels that have been taken down. Like, here's my stance on the whole like deplatforming thing and removing channels. I don't think anyone should be deplatformed. I really don't. And because to me, like, I don't care if you have content I don't like. I don't care if you talk about things I disagree with, even if it's like something political. Maybe you're like pro-communism and shit, and maybe you think a bunch of stuff that's crazy that maybe I don't agree with, but that's okay. You know, and it's like, how far do I go with that? How far do I go with that? And I look at this because I publish horror, right? I publish horror. And there's a lot of stuff in these stories that are pretty bad. There's murder. So publish stories that have murder in it. Am I pro-murder? No. But it's there. It happens, right? Okay. And in the stories, it's, you know, there's stories in it that have sexual assault. There's stories that are published that have rape. There's stories that are published that have, like, necrophilia. There's stories that are published that have all sorts of horrific stuff. People like bathing in blood and having sex with each other, like in corpses and stuff. Crazy, sick shit, right? Stuff that sane people probably wouldn't read, right? But if, like, there's gonna be people out there that are gonna object to the stuff that I publish, and if they are allowed to just say you can't be on the internet because of what you do, like if WordPress were to say, we don't want you here, we don't want you to have a website because of the content you publish, that's kind of fucked up, right? Fucked up. I wouldn't want that to me, and I wouldn't want that to someone else. So how far do I push that? How far do I go with that? Now, I did videos where I talk about pedophilia, where I'm fired up, and I'm like, those people that talk about this stuff and defend that stuff should be removed. But did I check myself? I checked myself on the hypocrisy. Because where do I stand? I could go, you know, that, what's the argument there? And really help me out there. What's the argument? Because that stuff is illegal, right? Pedophilia is illegal. But so is murder. So was, you know, sexual assault. So was rape. And if we're allowed to have talks about that, if we're allowed to have videos about talking about murder, not about how to do it, I guess that's the difference. Like when you have like a true crime show, or when you talk about a serial killer or whatever, you're not really talking about them. I guess you could go into like the method, how they did it. I guess the difference there would be whether or not you're defending it or not, right? I mean, if someone had a video on YouTube and they're like, guys, I'm pro murder and this is why, I think that video would be, would that video be taken down? Would it? I guess so. I don't know. It'd be weird, right? Oh, this person's pro fucking murder? I mean, he's going out. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm going too far on this, but that's the stuff I think about. Let's see. Let me take a look at you guys. What you guys talk about? Intermediate ones deemed anti-Semitic, like David Coco. Yeah, I read where former YouTube employees admitted they show favoritism with bigger channels. That is true. They do. They do. That stuff happens. That stuff definitely happens. And so does Twitch, by the way. They show favoritism as well. Flat out. Let's see. Well, maybe some channels are actually specifically named here in this article, which I haven't even read. So, let's see. YouTube relies mostly on the machine learning tools to help catch hateful videos, which machine learning is bullcrap, right? It can be totally wrong. Approximately 80% of those auto-flagged videos removed before they received a single view second quarter of 2019, the post reads. We've been removing harmful content since YouTube was started, but our investors in this work has accelerated in recent years. The blog post reads, over the last 18 months, we have reduced views on videos that are later removed for violating our policies by 80%, and we're continuously working to reduce this number further. Still, it's difficult to assess whether these numbers amount to without proper context of scope. More than 500 hours of videos, uploaded time, blah, blah, blah. More than 23 million YouTube channels in 2019. Okay, or so it's 2018. The blog post does demonstrate how long YouTube's policies. Okay, I don't see, not seeing any channel names specifically. There's a list out there. Like Louder with Crowder was hit. He's not deplatformed. He's essentially he's demonetized out the way. He could sustain himself with the Mug Club, and I know he's hit with that because, I mean, you may not like his jokes. You may like his jokes. I mean, like I was going with earlier, the whole free speech thing. I mean, how far do you go with that? I mean, you could say it's a public, it's a private platform or private company, but is it also a public square? Like, what is it? Right? And right now there's several cases that are going to help kind of define what it is. And that's how that should be settled, right? Take it to the court. Let's have it decided upon. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see. Try saying are anti-trans and you'll be gone in a day. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. You can't hold that position, can you? Let's say you honestly held that position because of some sort of religious affiliation. Maybe you're Muslim and you have that affiliation. Or, belief. Maybe you're Muslim and you have that belief. Maybe you're Jewish and you have that belief. Maybe you're Christian and you have that belief. Maybe no matter what religious affiliate or belief you have, you take from your holy text that it's this way, right? Okay, you express that opinion. We don't agree with that opinion. You're gone. This is like Leviticus, where the church came in adding in new rules to the Ten Commandments. I think so. Oh, here's the other thing too. YouTube changes their policies, right? And they apply them retroactively. Like, so let's say YouTube changes its policy to be like, horror is gone because horror, the subject of horror also talks about murder and suicide and death and bodies and how to bury a hooker and things like that. So let's get rid of that stuff. I'm gone. Other horror YouTube channels are gone. Creepypasta stuff is gone. And that stuff was pretty popular. I don't know how that stuff is doing now. I don't know. I'm worried about the future. I am. Because I don't know what we do. And it's not just the automated machine, right? It's not just the bots. Anyone can flag your content for anything. The other night, I had someone threaten to flag all my videos. Okay, whatever. Still waiting for that. But anyone could do that, right? Anyone can. All right. You saw with, I don't know if you watch Mr. Medicare, follow his stuff. But after he was hit and taken off D Live, because on D Live, he was about to talk about Hong Kong. But guess who owns D Live? China. You can't talk about Hong Kong on a platform that's owned by China. The only reason why I'm not talking about Hong Kong is because, honestly, I haven't read up on it. And maybe that's the next thing we'll talk about. I don't know. Seems like we should be. Hong Kong, man. They're wanting America's help. They're wanting America. They're wanting Trump to do something. Save us. What do we do? They go in there and save them? I mean, that sucks, man, if you're in Hong Kong, right? You have the freedoms. That's the little I know. Hong Kong had freedoms that people in China do not have. In China, it's essentially illegal to be a Christian or to be of any religion, pretty much, right? Where in Hong Kong, you could celebrate any religion. You could be in any religion you wanted to. I don't know, there's other differences, I think. I don't know. I think that's the coffee I drink. But that sucks. So you had that freedom, and then all of a sudden it's going to be taken away from you because China owns you now, because but the Brits owned them for a little while, and now China has them, and China's has a new act that they passed where they could, if you did something they don't like, they can have you tried in China and be held in a China prison. That's fucked up. Imagine if somehow America was sold back to the UK. And the things we do here, the things we talk about here freely. Because let's say the things we tweet about, or the porn we watch, or the guns we have, the knives we have. We have to be sent over to the UK and tried over there and held in that prison. That'd be fucked up, right? That's all I know about that. That's a little I know. I'm thankful we have free speech, but it shouldn't be affected by sponsors. I read that as, to me, I'm thankful we have free speech and it shouldn't be affected by sponsors. But yeah, I mean, I dude, without free speech, and this is what I get into these. I used to get into these little arguments on social media. I don't do it anymore because it goes nowhere. You're just arguing on Twitter and Facebook. But it's like I said, Deadmans don't publish as horror. Like without free speech, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Especially like if you want to publish something that's like political satire, you can't do that without free speech. Of course, you know, that whole free speech, the First Amendment was written when it was thought about that you had to worry about the government intervening and controlling your speech. Now we actually do live in those dystopian futures where it's not the government you have to worry about. It's the corporations. It's like Demolition Man. This is Blade Runner. We're here. It's not really as it was depicted, but we're here. We have to worry about the corporations now. Okay, it's not the government that has control of you, but these corporations do. That's weird, man. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Libertarians will say, just let the markets sort it out. Just let it figure it out. Okay. Well, you just do that. You just watch what happens. Because the corporations are just going to get more powerful. Well, 3 shells it is then. I'd have to find a way to sneakily do my stuff, right? Be safe in my bathroom, maybe. Find a place where the corporations can't hear. Find some peace of mind. I just don't know, man. I don't know. And it's crazy what's happening. You know, this started off, we'll talk about Mr. Mediker, right? He was kicked off D Live, goes back to YouTube. And someone flags his videos. Now, there's an idea that it was Matt Jarbo, if you know who he is. It's striking back. And there's convincing evidence there. And in videos that weren't even threatening, videos that weren't even bad. Like, there was one video where it's literally just like, I think like a minute and something long of like some game. Can't even name the game, remember the name of the game. Had JonTron's voice over it. Okay. Not even one of the spicy JonTron bits. Not that JonTron, but just normal JonTron. And that video got flagged. For what? For what? So he was like, fuck it. I'll go to bitch shoot. That's the future, man. That's the futures. He doesn't know how to use the three seashells. I need to rewatch Demolition Man. I thought he got tossed for covering the RV rapes. See, that's the idea that he got. That was the idea, right? He got tossed for that. The other idea was that it was because he was about to talk about Hong Kong. Either way, it's a bitch move. I mean, I don't know why D Live would be that sensitive. I mean, though that stream was on YouTube, right? It wasn't D Live supposed to be the alternative? Hey, man, if you got kicked off YouTube, come over here. Nah, man, they're not. They're not. They're just as bad. They're just as bad. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I think if... Wait. I think I found it. I just right now searched naked girls on YouTube to see if I could find... It used to be if you did that, in the last video I did covering the subject live, you could see a bunch of stuff. But even that, it looks like it's tamer now. Much tamer. That's good. I think YouTube actually has cranked that up. Look at that. So I don't have that argument anymore, it looks like. I used to make fun of him about that. Oh, but I bet you still have that stuff, huh? But I don't. The walls are closing in. On that part, I guess I'm okay with that. You can get rid of that content. You know, but... yeah, man. It's crazy stuff. Well, anyway, to recap here, we made it this far. Press the like button, share, subscribe. Well, we talked about a lot of stuff, right? We talked about the Odessa shooter, talked about what's going on with that. Had some laughs about the shithole he lived in. Gotta scratch your head about what the police were doing. They had a report on the guy. They did nothing about it. Nothing at all. In fact, let me end this stream with that because I feel like kind of went on a bad note real fast, you know? This is it. I don't think... Yeah, this is the shithole that the Odessa shooter lived in. The off-the-grid, no electricity, no plumbing, no water. This is it. Has a watchtower that he used to hunt animals with, or in. I seen forts better than this. I seen like backyard forts better looking than this shithole. Wait, look on the top. He looks like it has like an opening on top, like a dome, like a. Does he have a sunroof? Oh shit. I think he might have a sunroof there. Parkland 2.0. You know what, Chris? I can't even debate that. I can't even argue that. Because what we read, apparently the FBI had been on this guy for a while. Long enough to know that he was going through a downward spiral for some time. And I'm literally quoting what the FBI agent said. What do you mean sometime? You mean a couple days? A week? A few weeks? A few months? How do you know this? Man, the FBI. I could share you a story. I'll share it on another stream because I feel this is at the tail end. No one's going to be coming in now. But I'll share this maybe on the next Mr. Deadman Live about my personal experience with the FBI on a case I worked. I'd have to be vague about certain details, redact names and locations and places. But I could do that. That's fine. No problem about that. It'll be fun. I'll do that one. I guess it'll be on Saturday. What the hell? Why not? Do it then. All right. So tomorrow I'm going to have a live stream talk about a cursed Earth location. Gonna have some fun with that. Yeah, that's all the people need, right? Give me a gun and a reason. Hell, it's not even just a gun anymore. It could be a truck, it could be a knife, it could be anything. It could be grenades. Apparently in where is it? Apparently what, Sweden? They have a problem with grenades? Or is it Netherlands? I don't know. Some country over there have a problem with grenades. Damn. That's something. Imagine that. Well, anyway, we got exciting shows lined up. Cursed Earth tomorrow. After that, it is Real Monsters. And then after that, on Friday, of course, is going to be the Dead Stone podcast, which we have Joe Lansdale on. He's pretty known in the horror community, so that should be a good show. Oh, and might have a guest co-host for that show. Don't want to reveal her name just yet, but should be fun. Should be fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It's good to have you. Press the like button, share, subscribe. I'll take it easy.